Internet, Eric here. Continuing Shark Week here on the channel, or Wild Eye Shark Week. That's basically one video a day, discussing a shark film released by Wild Eye Releasings. I have explained what Wild Eye is numerous times. If you want to do some research, Godspeed. Okay, let's cut to the chase. Today, I am discussing Jurassic Shark. Now, this poster is very, very misleading. This came out in 2012, I think. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I discuss plot, spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. Basic plot of this is scientists or somebody. They're doing an experiment. They're drilling for oil. They drill too far down into the Earth's crust. It releases a megalodon. If you don't know what a megalodon is, it's basically the Meg that Jason Statham fought, only this one is like half the size and half the budget. Even less than that. And what happens is you have a group of college students and a group of art thieves, I guess you would say. They're stuck together on this little island or this little getaway or wherever the hell they are. And they have to survive the shark attack. Whoop-de-doo. Very simple, just like the movie. Tell myself nothing could be as bad as Sharkula. Other than fucking Shark Exorcist. I discussed that a long time ago. But then this movie started. And the opening scroll, the opening crawl, whatever you want to call it, is kind of like Star Wars, has a fucking typo in it. They're discussing what a megalodon is, and it says this is, say, like 52 meters long, but it's M-E-T-R-E-S. Meters. 52 meters long. So I know I'm in for some trouble. Now let's get to the characters. They're not awful. They're not good, but they're not awful. It's not Sharkula. It's not Shark Exorcist. It's not most of the characters that are in a Wild Eye movie. There's no one special, but they are what they are. You have the scientist. His acting sucks. You have the college girls. They're there to look pretty. Their acting sucks. The thieves, the head girl, I guess the one that's throwing out all the rules, all the orders, ordering her men around. She's trying to be intimidating. She sucks. Then you have all her little sidekicks or minions. They suck. And then you have the one specific one that's not supposed to be very smart, but I don't know if he's supposed to be like an idiot savant because he knows what a megalodon is. He sucks. But I think the problem is here, kind of like, I guess you would say kind of like with the Star Wars prequels, it's just because it's a shitty director. What I mean by that is like Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, Jake Lloyd, they all sucked because George Lucas is a shitty director. Great world builder, shitty director. I think George Lucas, he's always known as faster, more intense. That's all he tells people. I think this director was telling people, his actors and actresses, not as bland, speed it up a little bit. Because there's no chemistry. It really is like a high school play. Like, you know what I mean? Like that bad of acting. Not atrocious, but you know what? If it was your kid, you'd be proud of them. If not, you'd just be like, ew. But they're not awful. There's not a character in this film that I hate, which is good, because I figured I would find all these characters to be annoying. They're not. They're just there. What can I say as a plus? I guess that counts as a plus. The shark doesn't look awful. Now, this could be because I just fucking finished Sharkula, which looks like dog shit. And again, I would be embarrassed if that was my movie. You actually put that product on screen. This isn't awful. It's fucking CGI, we get this. There's some really good, they do a really good job of hiding how bad the CGI can be at times. We get a shot underneath the shark in the water and the sunlight coming down on it. The shark looks actually really good for this, $2.50 budget. There are some shots of the shark that actually don't look that bad, like if we're underneath it. I was expecting worse when the CGI shark actually pops out. It doesn't look good, but it's better than Sharkula hand puppet bullshit. Now, when he eats the people, when we actually see him fucking eat the people, there are plenty of times when they're eaten off. That's one thing. One problem with this is when a shark is eating you from underneath, these people are literally just getting pulled under, no screaming, no blood, no splashing underneath. awful. Well, speaking of splashing, this movie starts off, and we're dealing with these two girls. You know, they're at the beach. They want to get their tan. They're trying to get in the water, and I already know that this is going to be lame because their idea of having fun is having a splash fight, because you know that's what girls like to do. They like to splash each other in the water, but instead of just whoosh whoosh like you would do with your friends or your kids or your spouse, they're literally bloop bloop, but they're like bloop. They're splashing it like this, like get away from me, that type of thing. But then they get eaten, and when they get pulled down, they literally get pulled down super fast. No screaming, no blood, no splashing in the water, nothing. And that's what a lot of these deaths are. They're literally and done, one and done. And that's disappointing, because you would think that either they're getting dragged around like in Jaws, we see some blood, we see some splashing, some fighting, something like that. We don't get that. And it's lame. It happens like 3 times. Now, let's get to the other part. The other problem is when we do see the shark attack, the shark doesn't look awful, air quotes. The problem is that most of it is when they eat the person, those people go from looking fine right there in the water, like we have this fine looking girl in the water, and then suddenly chomp down, and her body, or maybe it's the man's body, who fucking knows, literally turns into a CGI mess and then flops over, bad CGI arms hanging out of the mouth, and then CGI blood. It's almost as bad. It might be better. Not gonna lie, it might be better than Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Rappaport in Deep Blue Sea, because that looked like shit too. But this still looked bad. And there's also no excuse for the one time when the shark is eating someone. Like they're underwater and the shark's eating them, and they're dying. You actually see the water splash like that, but you see the shark, and it's literally like to the camera. There's nobody in the fucking mouth. The shark is biting the water. That's it. Biting the water, flapping its gums, nothing. So that's lame. Now, I do like how the shark is, well, I won't say I liked how the shark was defeated. I chuckled because it looked better than I expected. I think that's the problem. I think my expectations were so low that this turned out to be not as big of a pile of shit. They find some dynamite on the ocean, or not on the ocean, on the island. Obviously, someone knows where dynamite is, and you got I guess you would say I don't want to call him a simpleton, but the guy that's supposed to be not so smart. He's throwing dynamite towards the shark, and then I don't know why it happens. I would kind of lose an interest in this. One of the girls who was there, the art thieves, they stole a painting. Okay. They were swimming in the ocean or in the lake. It's a lake. Megalodon can live in a lake. Even the slow guy was able to figure out that that's not supposed to happen, type of thing. They had this painting. They were capsized. The painting fell into the bottom of the lake. So they're trying to retrieve it. That's how some of the people on their team got eaten. Well, the leader, the lady of the heisting people, the thieves, she's making the last survivors, like these the two chicks. Be bait for the sharks. Be bait for the shark to try to bring it towards them so they can blow it up with dynamite. When the shark goes away, they're supposed to go down and get the painting, even though you think the painting is fucking ruined by now. And I don't know what happens. The not so smart guy, he's throwing the dynamite. Maybe he's throwing the dynamite in the lake to scare the shark away, so they can swim. It doesn't fucking matter. One of the girls literally picks it up, throws it back at him. His dumbass picks it up, and he explodes into this big CGI mess, which I chuckled at. I laughed. I yelled, "What the fuck," and laughed. That's a good thing. And then you have this really bad standoff between the leader of the thieves and this chick who I swear would be the doppelganger of like Dina Meyer from Starship Troopers and Saw and Dragonheart. Whew. Looks great. Acts horribly. Looks great. And then she is saved because the shark literally jumps out of the water, does a fucking free willy over the two girls' heads, the college girls' heads. Like literally, we see their heads here, and they're looking up, and you go, you see the underbelly of the shark. I'm waiting for fucking Michael Jackson to start singing. You know what I mean? And you hear a chomp. So we know that It killed the leader of the thieves, and then suddenly the shark's back in the water. Like the shark jumped out, chomped her, and then flew back. Don't know. And then you see these awful. I don't know if they're plastic or wooden. They look like fake bullshit legs, literally standing up with the legs and the shoes and all that stuff. So Free Willy chomped down on her and then just magically ended up back in the lake. Stupid. Anyways, I liked how eventually they do get some dynamite. One of the girls is behind the shark, or in front of the shark, trying to get it. Shark tries to get her, just like fucking Jaws, swallows the dynamite, blows up in this fun type of explosion. Like, you don't just see CGI explosion. You see CGI explosion, CGI blood. You see, like, the tail flop come towards the camera. That was fun in an oh-so-bad moment. But here's the main problem. A lot of this movie is fucking boring. A lot of this movie is fucking padding. Do we need to hear about this backstory about who this person is and why they're on the island? Yes, but not for 3 or 4 fucking minutes. Do we need 2 or 3 minutes of them literally walking silently through the woods to try to find this area? No, we don't. I'm trying to unlock this so I can get back to the poster. Hold on. Because that's more important. All right. There's so much padding in this movie. This movie is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes of that is the ending credits. The credits are like the slowest ending credits I've seen since the fucking Ginger Dead Man. But I'll say this. Did I like Jurassic Shark? No. It was not so bad it's good. It was not so bad it's fun. It's not like fucking Samurai Cop, you know what I mean? That you have friends over and you can laugh from beginning to end because of how goofy and stupid it is. Problem with this is the parts I chuckled at are so few and far in between. It's towards the end. I'm already fucking bored to tears. And so Jurassic Shark, I'll say this. I don't recommend it. It's not awful. It's not good. It's not fun. It's still shit, but it's not as much, it's not as big as pile of shit as, say, like Sharkula. You know what I mean? Is it as bad as, is it better than Sharkula? Hell yeah. Better than Shark Exorcist? Hell yeah. Better than a Ouija Shark? Yes, because this actually made me chuckle a couple of times. But it's kind of like, when it comes to Wildeye, I would put it with, like, was it Jurassic Dead? Which, I kind of rolled my eyes with and laughed a couple times. It's still shit, but it's not the worst shit. Take a shot every time I said that. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Tell me if you've seen this. Tell me if am I being too nice to this one? Do you think it's just because I followed this up after Sharkula? That's why I don't think it's as bad. I don't. Comment below. Tell me if you love this movie, you hate this movie. What do you think of Wild Eye? Am I going to survive this week? I don't know. Anyways, cheers.